Okay, so now that I've gone from the storyboard mode and I've selected the individual slides that I want, I'm now in the basic editor again here for my Powtoon. So I'm going to give my Powtoon a title, and I'm going to do Muckraking Project. And now I'm ready to kind of add my content. And I suggest you add your content and then go back and time your stuff out. So I'm going to go ahead and start by doing this. So I'm going to click, I don't want this umbrella in here. I want to swap it. So I can browse through what's up here, or I could search and just use the search field. So if I do like a water, search for water, see if I can get like a water drop icon or something along those lines. And we'll see, like, some are going to come back with locks. Remember, nothing that comes back with a lock you want to use. So this one is good. I liked that, like a little droplet. It's perfect. So I'm going to use this one. Select it. And it's going to swap it out, and then I can adjust my size. And you'll see, oh, I didn't grab my corner. And then I want to move this. I decided to actually kind of point to the Great Lakes. So I'm going to adjust my image in the background too. And see if we can get it to fit what I want it to fit. Now I can swap my color. I can change my color, and I can also, because this is an animated piece, it's not looking very animated right now, but it is animated. I can adjust my animated settings. So it's going to play, you could say play in a loop. If we say play in a loop, it won't limit the number of times it plays. And so then it'll just keep playing. You see it kind of moving, bobbing and weaving. So let's see if we can adjust our background image on here by background. Let's search for a map. I really like the map that's there. I just want to move the map that's there. So you'll see I kind of have like these little options. Okay, so I dragged in a different color. So like if I want to use this map instead, just click it and go in. Now I can't adjust the size of the background without using an image and laying an image in. And I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to turn on the timeline mode. So I just kind of zoomed out a little, and I made my guy a little bit smaller and adjusted it. So I'm going to add my title, and my title, if I just double click, I can type in this window, or again, I can click on this FX up here to edit text effects. So if I just type in here, I don't know what I want my title to be. I'm not sure if I'm debating between like what's in your water or the future of the Great Lakes, something along the line. So this is gonna, so you see how it goes off like this? So it's helpful to expand your text box here, or just go into your text editor here, and it'll pull it up, and then you can see how big of a dork I am when I type. Okay, and maybe I want like I want to use this more as like a news story, right? So the future of the Great Lakes unknown. You know, maybe that would be a good way to use this tool. I'm going to change my font down a little bit so that I can get it and adjust how it's going to look on the screen. So I might go even down a little bit more. And then on the right hand side, you have different effects that you can use for your text. I'm just going to keep mine just basic plain text, and I'm going to leave it like this. So now if I press this play button here, it'll play my slide from the beginning. Okay, and then I can move on. So I can time this all out later if I want to. I can adjust the size of this, and we'll go into that. So I'm ready for my next slide. So I'm going to go into my next slide. I've got my title. And now I want to have some statistics that I have in my notes here. So I have that as the largest surface freshwater system on Earth, 21% of the Earth's surface freshwater, 95% of U.S. fresh water, and 40 million people of it. So I'm going to put in some stats here. I think I'm going to go here. This is going to be 21. This one's going to be a 95. And this one's going to be a lot of zeros. So I can go horizontally with this. Bam. Expand this out, and then I can also change the size of my text, or I could just do it as a 40, and I think I might do it as a 40 because I don't love how that looks. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm not going to expand this out. So if I click back on it and get my little arrows, squish it back in to where it aligns. And I'm going to just put a number 1 here because it is the number 1 largest. So I'm going to leave them like this. And then I have, so maybe I want to add this title, The Great Lakes. And I can expand this out. And so you're seeing kind of like the in-depth type of editing happening here for each slide. And you can see how critical that, choosing the right slide in the storyboard is really streamlining my process here. I was able to, so this little globe is perfect. And I can add text here. 21% of the world's fresh water. And I can also just leave. I don't necessarily need text here. I can take off the text and just leave it. With just the numbers, and I can record myself over the top of here if I wanted to, so that there's not text. So if I click and I delete, I can remove this text from down here, or I can just click in up here, and then you'll see as I'm deleting, it's removing from from the slides. So I'm going to actually just take off the text because I want to have these go. Okay, so this is the largest, and so I want to swap this because it's not a beaker. So I'm going to select from over here, and I'm going to X out the map. And I'm going to kind of browse through the library over here. And I could go through props, but I can also search for different terms. These are nice icons that I'm using here. So I can browse through this library and see if there's stuff that'll fit for me. This little pie chart, a podium, some cake, aliens, that's fun. Some fire, trying to decide what I want to represent this. So we got a little map of the globe, I think would be perfect. Well, actually, sorry, the #1 freshwater supply. So I've gone through my whole list here, and I don't see, so let's say I don't see what I want, so I'm going to search again up top, search for water, enter. And I'm going to use my same drop of water because that's perfect. Actually, the water cooler might be a good one. So if I click on the water cooler, oh, too late. I do like my drop of water though, it's good. But if I wanted to swap it back out for the water cooler, if I hit swap, it should be right here, so I can do the water cooler. Which I don't actually want to use for this one. You guys are like, come on, Jackie, just make up your mind. This is why it takes me forever to build stuff. So we've got the number one largest freshwater system on Earth. 21% of the world's freshwater comes from the Great Lakes. 95% of Americans of the U.S. So I'm going to search for, if I search for USA, let's see what comes up. Oops. Hit enter. And let's see, perfect. So I'm going to choose one of these flags. I think will be perfect. And it's big, and if I zoom out up here, it'll show the whole slide again. When I'm selecting from the library, it zooms in so that you can see like your stuff bigger. So now that I have my flag, I want to squish it down to match the rest of these. And this one is perfect for that water cooler. I should have kept the water cooler. 40 million Americans get their drinking water from there. So we'll do the water cooler. That'll be perfect. Water cooler was clutch. Water cooler. And then zoom. Boop, boop, boop. And it's because of the bar. It's because you're bringing in and out that bar and needing to readjust the size of the screen, and then it just doesn't snap back in as it goes. So, ooh, it's a tiny water cooler. So that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm ready to move on to my next slide.